Okay, I am totally naked right now. And it feels right. It feels perfect. My ass cheeks having direct touch with the mother. Their mother, Mother Earth, because this body is from the mother, and the mother is from the father, which is the son. And the father and the mother, both of them, are from that which is nameless, that which is no thingness, that's causes consciousness, okay? And I'll tell you, my ass cheeks right now, touching the Mother Earth, getting nourishment from there, it feels right. It feels perfect, like a puzzle piece that is in the exact right place in that particular puzzle. Okay? This feels absolutely beautiful. And I have, this is kind of a bit of a historic day this year for me. And the historical thing about it is that my skin, my arms, my legs, my skin, my body has not seen the sun for 7 months, because as you guys who watch regularly know, I currently reside in Canada. Literally, this is, I'm not exaggerating, the skin hasn't seen the sun since October. What does that make it? 7 months? November, December, January, February, October counts, right? Because it started getting really cold. So let's say mid-October, mid-November, mid-December, mid-January, mid-February, mid-March, mid-April. 6 months. My skin has not had any direct contact with the sun, with the elements for 6 months. This absolutely feels fantastic. And, one of my friends, he watches my videos regularly. Shout out to you if you're watching this one. If not, I'm going to send you this video. He told me that he took mushrooms one time and he was at a party, I think. Okay? And he looked down at himself and he said, "Why the fuck do we wear clothes?" Funny enough, I had the same thing happen to me pretty much every time I did mushrooms. And I'll tell you about the first time I did mushrooms. But yeah, he just realized, it's like, why the fuck do we wear clothes? And I think he was in a party, there was a hot tub, and I believe that he took off all his clothes and he jumped into the hot tub. So so I mean, really, like the first time I did mushrooms, I was at a waterfall with my friends, and I took off my I took off my shirt, took off my shoes for the first time out in the woods, by the falls, by the rocks. And this was my first time actually like walking barefoot on the earth, taking falls, bathing in the falls and everything. It was a beautiful day. But it's the same thing, and it was just naturally starting to happen. I started like I didn't think about anything. I'm like, okay, it just took off practically everything except for my shorts, because there was a lot of people there, and I guess I wasn't comfortable enough in that stage of my life to actually do that. And the other thing you've got to worry about is getting arrested. How ridiculous is it that if you're just in your basic primal element, like basic nature, okay, which is all animals are naked, they don't wear clothes, that you would actually get arrested. If I was kept walking around right now and went out into the city, I would get arrested within 5 minutes. Within 5 minutes, I would get arrested. Guarantee you, within 5-10 minutes tops, there'd be a cop car giving me a ticket for public indecency and telling me either put something on or we're taking you to jail or something. I don't know. It's called public indecency. So this is all part of, this suppression of the humans. We're living in the Kali Yuga, the worst of the ages, the age of darkness, where virtue is 25% and vice is 75%. Okay? So there's a suppression for anything that liberates. Okay? So this is the soul, by the way. Your body is the soul. Okay? You're a spiritual being having a human experience. And so while you're having a human experience, this is the soul. The body is the soul. This is the soul. Okay? Think your body is your soul until it goes back into the earth It decomposes within the illusion, because the illusion is that everything is changing and morphing. That's the illusion, okay? But right now, my soul is my body. This is it. This is the soul right here. This is it. This is my soul. You're looking at my soul, okay? Because the soul is that which animates the body. This is the consciousness, okay? This is the soul. So then, because we're living in this age of darkness, and the dark element, the darkness, okay, the dark forces, the Darth Vader, because this is their time, and so luckily it's brief, okay, but nevertheless, this is their time, so they're going to suppress, this dark element's going to suppress the light as much as possible. You know, this is the duality we're in. And, you know, if you look at Hindu cosmology, which is very accurate, you'll see that the Kali Yuga is the shortest one, the age of darkness. And nevertheless, that's where we're here. We're making our way back to the Sat Yuga, the age of enlightenment. Okay? And so, yeah, there is a suppression of the human mind and the human body. And part of the suppression is the fact that we need to wear clothes and we're so disconnected from the earth. You see, that's part of the suppression. Because if you suppress the human body, you suppress the soul that is animating this human body. Okay? And our skin, it needs contact with its mother and with its father. Okay? We are from the earth. We are from the sun. Okay? This is it. The planet has formed. The planet is stardust, and we're stardust. And so it all came from the sun, which everything came from the space, which is consciousness, which is the void, which is the shunyat, the emptiness. You see? So the liberation of the human body is the liberation of the soul that is animating the human body, that is having the human experience. And I gotta say, clothes are probably a deliberate way of keeping the light suppressed, the soul suppressed. So then in Jainism, you have a particular sect in Jainism, the Jains, right? They're a bit eccentric. They're more think of them as eccentric Hindus. Because even by Hindu standards, the Jains are very far out. And there's a particular sect in Jainism, they don't wear clothes at all. I mean, they've sort of renounced everything, you know? They're just kind of wandering sadhus. But they don't wear clothes. They say, you know, it's just like, why? This is naked. You're trying to reach God. Why don't you be naked? And I'll tell you, try meditate naked. It's beautiful. It's magnificent. It's wonderful, because you're trying to unmask everything. Essentially, being who you are and becoming the light is about becoming who you're not. Actually, it's like the onion, right? You peel it, and there is nothing left. And so it turns out, you know, the one of my favorite quotes from the Tao Te Ching, to obtain Tao, gain daily. To be learned, to become better in the world. To become learned, gain daily. To obtain Tao, reduce daily. Reduce and reduce and reduce until all action is non-action. Then when nothing is done, nothing is left undone. Okay? And it really is a process of reducing and reducing. And so it happens that one of the dimensions of reducing is reducing clothes. So then I'm pretty convinced on my part that we are tropical. Human beings are tropical. We did come out of Africa, and we're designed to optimally operate within a tropical type environment where it is largely warm all year round, and we're able to be, you know, walk around naked like all other animals. You see, a wolf, a polar bear, they don't wear any clothes because they're designed for, you know, the Arctic type climates, which is, you know, the one I'm currently living in, only for a few more months. But it really like, because your body temperature is 37 degrees, okay? You're designed for a tropical type environment. It's so obvious. It really is. Now, we could live everywhere. I'm living here. I've been living here for 15 years now, right? We could. We're adaptable. We're the most adaptable species, the most versatile. Doesn't mean it's optimal, you see? And I just find it really ridiculous that you, in pretty much almost everywhere, you get arrested for being for not wearing anything, for being in your most primal form. It really is ridiculous. I don't see us arresting animals for being animals, for just being who they are, for being just there they are. They're naked. They're, and it's beautiful. The human body is beautiful. It's a beautiful body. It really is a beautiful body. Okay, what's so bad about it? It's amazing. It's an amazing thing on so many levels. Aesthetically, it's so appealing and amazing. The functionality of it is magnificent. It is beautiful. It is awe-inspiring. It is inspiring how intelligent consciousness is, that it is capable of imagining, or in the mind of God, creating such perfect, intelligent creation in which human beings, we are the most advanced species on the planet. I mean, look at all the things human beings do. We've got athletes, we've got musicians, we've got, even athletes, basketball players, soccer players, gymnasts, runners, doing all these different things that the human body could do. It really is amazing, and the way it heals itself, the way it recovers itself, and it's aesthetically beautiful. It really is. Both the male body is beautiful, the female body is beautiful. Okay, yeah, it's really beautiful, and so it really, part of the suppression. I mean, everything you can see, everything's suppressed. So let's get out of nature, create these cities just for us human beings. And of course that causes all kinds of issues. And then you've got to put your clothes on. If you take it off, we're gonna arrest you. And it goes on and on. The suppression, the separation, the suppression. Everything seems to be suppress. So here, take this artificially made processed food, eat it. It's gonna numb you down even further, and then that you're just gonna completely forget who you are. You see, that's the dark element. That's all, by the way, deliberate by consciousness itself, the light itself. Because this is how you play the game, you see? Because part of it is like, I grew up in all this and now I'm finding my way out of it. But it's fun. Otherwise, there would be no game. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm realizing now, wow, just being on the earth gives you so much energy. Wow, sun gazing, wow. I spend most of my time here. Most of my day is spent in nature. Now that the weather is good, and you realize all these things, but it's like, if there wasn't this dark element in the first place trying to suppressing all of this, the fun out of me figuring all this out would be non-existent, you see? So there's no complaints about it at all. I see the divine wisdom in it, which is to play a game, there has to be this dark element so that you can find your way back to the light. And at the moment where we are on this planet, for quite some time now, the dark element has been winning deliberately by consciousness, deliberately by design. It has been winning only briefly, because if you look at the Hindu cosmology in the different four yugas, you'll see that 2/3 of it is actually the age of virtue, and only 1/3 is the age of darkness. That is because, consciousness designed the game that the light is winning most of the time. It really is. It really is winning most of the time. But for a game to be happening, to be occurring, to be played, we need that dark element. And so right now we're living in the Kali Yuga. We're probably coming out of it. Nevertheless, Kali Yuga, this is the worst time you can find yourself in, from a really broad perspective here, okay? You gotta take yourself out here. There was a time where everything was perfect and human lived, coexisted, just like Adam and Eve were. They were naked, they were hanging around in the garden, they were eating fruits, and they were just kind of running around. It was cool. But there was a time. That's the Sat Yuga, the age of enlightenment. There was a time, okay? And then things started to get worse and worse and worse, and so we're in the Kali Yuga. And so, the naked body, the human body, is looked upon as the work of the devil. We'll put you in jail. We'll throw you in jail if you do it. We'll give you a ticket. And yeah, they give me a ticket, but if I refuse to put on clothes, they'll take me to jail. Children can't see that, right? They can't see that. It's bad for the children. It's bad for the children. And children don't give a shit. Children love to be naked. I knew a lady, a woman, who had to little beautiful cute daughters, right? And she was, a hippie basically. And so she would, have her children be naked and, everything. And the children love being naked. They really love it. They don't want to put on clothes. And it's funny, her daughters would keep like, it was hard for her to stay in society because, they'd be walking around in society and suddenly like one of her daughters would just take off everything, all her clothes, because they're so primal and free and liberated because they were raised that way. So it's the problem with us. Oh, like the children can't see the naked body or whatever, is because we demonized the body. We demonized the human body. We really did. We demonized so many things, and one of them is the human body. And yeah, but if actually it was like a normal, natural thing for humans to be naked, and if it was seen that, why are you putting on clothes? Oh, it's cold. It makes sense. Okay, so then you put on clothes only if it's cold because it makes sense. You're trying to do something. It's practical. It's pragmatic. But that's not how it is everywhere in the world. It's like, no, that's the abnormal thing is to be naked. The normal thing is to be clothed. But if you see, the children actually love to be naked. Okay? They love to be liberated and naked. And so that's why, when I first took mushrooms my first time, I took off practically everything except for the shorts, because this dose wasn't strong enough, I suppose. And there was a lot of people, I wasn't comfortable with it. I'm a lot more comfortable with it now. I'm a lot more comfortable. Believe me. Probably if I was in the same case the first time I took mushrooms, my shorts would have gone too. That was the only thing that didn't go. But everything went, and it just happened naturally. I started to take off everything. I'm like, same sort of realization my friend came to. He's like, look, the first thing, he's like, why am I wearing clothes? Why do we wear clothes? And so psychedelics are dangerous because they show you that type of stuff. They show you that, all these, they show you how suppressed we are, how ridiculous all the social normal behavior, norms and conditioning is. And so you start to liberate yourself as a human being. You liberate yourself as a human being so your soul can breathe in this beautiful, magnificent temple. It's a temple. It's a beautiful, exquisite vehicle. This is beautiful. Gotta love being here. This is magnificent. You see? So, moral of the story, get your ass somewhere isolated and take off your clothes and be with the elements. I swear, I just did, push-ups here, and I did some dancing, and it's beautiful. Oh my God, it's beautiful, right? Go somewhere isolated, first of all, because I don't want you getting arrested here, okay? I don't want any of you guys getting arrested. Don't do this in the city, okay? Don't, see, this is the line between stupidity, okay, and liberation, or pragmatic freedom, okay? Pragmatic freedom is go get yourself somewhere isolated. I've been sitting here for 2 hours, 3 hours now. 3 hours I've been here. Not a single soul. Because, you go somewhere isolated enough, everybody's busy working. Okay, everybody's busy working and being stressed. But, if somebody comes in here, say one person an hour, that's not a problem. Okay, it's not a problem. I'm talking about it from purely not getting arrested stand view, okay? It's not a problem because they'll come in here and they'll move on and that's it. Just a hippie sitting around here naked, okay? No big deal, you see? But if I was to do, I wouldn't do this in the city. So get yourself to somewhere isolated where there are as few human beings as possible, as few, every human beings are slaves. Human beings are slaves. So get your ass somewhere as isolated as possible, preferably the woods, because people nowadays don't like the woods. They don't like nature, so that you have less likely of a chance, to be. So you could be free, you could be liberated, you could do your thing here, okay? And if somebody comes by, then you just kind of, if somebody comes by now, I'll probably say nothing. I'll just kind of look at them with with a smirk, because I do a lot of awkward things in public. I used to, especially before, with my old YouTube channel. And one of the things I used to go to is to go talk to strangers, run these social experiments, etc. And I kind of really love to see when you make things awkward, when you challenge someone's social conditioning, I just love to look at them and with a smirk say nothing. And usually most people will turn away and will look somewhere else. And I just enjoy seeing like how their social conditioning is being challenged. I really always love that. So get your ass somewhere isolated, okay? Just so you don't get arrested for pragmatic reasons. You should be comfortable being naked. You should be comfortable being naked in front of a large group of people. You should be. As a human being, you should be comfortable with your basic vehicle. You should be. That's something you work your way there slowly. I could probably say I'm pretty I'm pretty comfortable with that at the moment. Okay? Nevertheless, I don't want to get arrested. Go somewhere isolated, as little amount of people, and just watch the feeling, the energy you pick up. You know, your I mean, your genitals need to breathe too. They need some love from the mother. They need some love from the father. Okay? And I'll be damned. I'll be damned this year if my ass cheeks remain white. They usually do. I usually don't go full out naked in the summers. But not this summer. Oh, my white ass is gonna be black. It's gonna be black. And it's probably gonna start talking with a black accent too. Okay? It's gonna be black this summer. This is different now. Okay? The connection with the earth for me this year, I realized that this is where we belong, is much stronger. And this is why I'm moving to Thailand. This is why I'm moving to a place that is, the place that I'm moving to is all like behind me is all jungles and mountains, and it's beautiful weather and it's sunny all year. It's beautiful. Okay, because this is the optimal. This is the way for us humans. This is optimal. Okay, and you just try it. The feeling you get from it, it's godly. Okay, godly. Work out naked, do some dancing, so make videos naked, walk around. It's beautiful. It feels right. It feels perfect. Okay. So anything else I wanted to add here? No, that's about it. And until next time, may the force be with you.